Welcome back. It is still Sports Gist right here on the KAFTAN TV studios. Yes, the Super Eagles will take on the Crocodiles of Lesotho today at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, 5 o'clock Nigerian time. What are your expectations for tonight's encounter? And of course, I have two amazing gentlemen with me. I have a new face with us today on the show. He's none other than Kesta. Kesta, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Gist.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. I also have my very good friend, Moses Abo. Moses, good afternoon and welcome to Sports Desk.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Yeah. Are you guys excited about the Nigerian game?
Of course.
Or do you miss club football?
Nah, the Super Eagles, it's always a joy to watch them play. Like, you know, it brings that sense of expectation as a Nigerian. Yeah. Yes. And
all right. Well, we have a new face with us, with the Nigerian squad. He's none other than Teller. Any expectation on him?
Not too much, because this is his first call-up, you know, as a matter of fact. And I know a whole lot of people will want to look at how he's going to cope and perform. But at the same time, you know, I don't think, you know, there's a whole lot of pressure on him, because we have other strikers as well, who we can depend on, you know, who can count on as well. Yeah. He's not the only one there. You know, we have Victor Boniface as well, who's doing so well. We have Ademola Lookman and the rest. So I don't think there's, you know, too much pressure on him. You know, he should just go on there and enjoy his football.
Right. Yeah. Well, going into tonight's encounter, we are without key players like Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, and Wilfred Ndidi. These are big name players.
Yeah,
how are we going to cope without these players?
Yeah, I think this is where the onions of the coach needs to be seen from the Nigerian people, simply because you have to be able to cope tactically. You have to be able to cope, like get different systems to fit players that are not available. And Nigeria, we have so many attacking players that even if you are going to miss the individual talents of these players, I believe the players on board can definitely do the job.
Well, I think over time the complaint we've had with the squad has been our defense. Now we've got great attackers, but the defense and the goalkeeping section has been the problem. Although coach Jose Pesero has called back Maduka Okoye to the Eagles squad, do you think that will fix the goalkeeping problem?
Well, like you said, goalkeeper, you can't expect a goalkeeper to do the work of a defender. Okay. And like we all know, attack starts from the back. You know, if your defenders are not great defensively and are attacking minded, then it's going to be very hard, because you will just be scoring but be conceding goals. And you know, sometimes conceding unnecessary goals can kill morals of your attackers. But when your defenders are very solid, you need to encourage the people at the front to do more and make sure, you know, they grind out the results.
No, when you talked about the fact that you cannot expect the goalkeeper to do the job of the defender, it takes him back to Onana. Yeah, Andrew Onana. I'm sure Man United, when they brought him in, they expected him to do magic, maybe wonders.
Of course, we expect him to do.
So what happened?
Of course, we expect him to do magic. But in the case of Onana, right, I can't blame Onana alone, because when you look at Man United defensive line last season, we have Lisandro Martinez, we have Rafa Varane, we have Luke Shaw, we have Aaron Bissaka. This season, all these players I've mentioned, you know, they've been hit by injuries. You know, they've not been consistent with their form. Yeah. We've not been able to have Luke Shaw for the past 2 months, I think.
I mean, but you have Harry Maguire, though.
We have, we have.
Who said he's ready to fight for his
We have Harry Maguire, who has not been able to prove himself ever since he joined Manchester United, you know, for obvious reasons. So it's like we've not really have a stable centre backs, you know, like the one we have last season. So we can't blame Onana. Although I know there are some instances where you expect Onana to save some balls, you know, but at the same time, a whole lot, and I know with time that's going to be fixed, because you could see Onana is, you know, slowly settling in, and he has been doing. I think he has improved anyways. Yeah, he has improved in a way. He has improved.
I feel like no matter what Harry Maguire does, you guys will never praise him.
For me.
I mean, he's doing well this season.
For me, I'm a Man United fan. Over time, I've criticized Onana, but this season, Maguire, sorry. But this season, Maguire has really improved.
Yeah, he has surprised me.
You know, sometimes as a player, it's normal for a player to be criticized when they are not doing so well. More so when you are playing for a big club like Manchester United, because the fans, they are used to winning and they don't have the time. You know, they expect you to come in straight and perform and deliver. He was signed for £80 million.
I mean, when you play for a club like United, they expect you to.
Of course, the expectation is very high.
Yeah.
So over time, he has not been able to match up and replicate the same form he has in England. Okay. You know, playing for the national team with Manchester United. So I don't think any Manchester United fan would agree that, you know, the coaches haven't been fair with Onana in Manchester United, because they've given him the opportunities. It's not as if maybe he only played under Ten Hag alone. Okay. You know, he played under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he played under Ralf Rangnick. Do you understand? And they gave him that opportunity, but he made some errors that is not expected of, you know, a centre back like Maguire. But this season, I think he has really, you know, put in that much needed work, and he has improved. You know, and I'm hoping that with time he's going to be that, you know, that dependable centre back that we all expect.
So we've heard from a current United fan. Let's hear from an ex-United fan. Was that why you left the club?
No. Actually, like, you know, these players, like, ever since Maguire came to Man United, when you look at his stats, he's played so many games, and people forget that these guys are human beings as well. And before this season, or before the back end of last season, he's not been injury prone. Like, he's played a whole lot of matches, both in the international scene and club side. So it almost looked like it was setting for him to have that drop in form and just come out of the team and have a breather and just get his groove back. And that's what we are seeing now, because it's so difficult to be. Even we've seen with Virgil van Dijk, the last 2 seasons, he's not been at his imperious best as we've seen in previous years. But he's getting back to himself now, because Liverpool have signed a few more defenders to give him that time to cope. So, and it's not just down to the defenders, I would say. Like, you look at a team like Man City, defending, like you said, attack start from the back, defense also start from the front. Of course. And it goes through the whole team. You look at Rodri and Man City, you look at their midfielders. Defending is not just when you are without the ball. Even when you're with the ball, how organized are you? So that you don't, maybe like, the opponent do not hit you on the counter attack or something like that. So there are so many. It's not just it's not just dependent on Harry Maguire alone. And also, like you've said, with the injuries, like Luke Shaw has not played for how long, and these players, you look at Casemiro is suspended now, and so many elements to it.
What of Varane?
Rafael Varane too is currently injured, and he's not been consistent also this season very well. So for different factors, and last season you find out that Onana, when he was at Inter, he had confident ball playing players. Let me say, like Brozovic. You can give him the ball under any scenario, and he's so confident.
And I think that's why United went all out for him.
Exactly. So it's not just dependent on Onana or the defenders to be solid or to not concede goals. It's the work of the whole team, and also boils down to the manager also. Exactly. Guardiola is known for a very is known for being attack minded, but when you look at his teams, they rarely concede goals, because
until they met Chelsea, though.
You know,
let's not forget that part. Until they met Chelsea on Sunday, and we gave them a big scare. Anyway, since debuting in the 1994 World Cup, Nigeria has only missed the World Cup twice, and that was in 2006 and the last World Cup in Qatar. And we are hoping to, you know, feature in the next World Cup. Now the Super Series has invited goalkeepers Francis Uzoho, Maduka Okoye and Olorunleke Ojo. Who will be the man in the post for us today? Is it Maduka? I mean, I want to see Maduka Okoye back in that time. I don't know for others, but I want to see Maduka Okoye.
It's a good I think the coach ultimately will decide, but personally it will be good for Maduka Okoye to come and go. simply because like he's been away for a bit, and it's good to give him another opportunity, because from the last international break, what we saw of Francis Ozor, it wasn't very nice.
And let's not forget, he is the girl's favorite.
I know that was behind the reason, but I know that.
No, not just that. I think comparing him to Ojo, which I've not seen Ojo play. Okay. I've seen Ozoho.
Okay.
I prefer Maduka Okoye.
Yeah, for me, I think Maduka Okoye should start. Because
thank you, Moses.
Yes, yeah, I've watched like few of his matches for Udinese.
Yeah,
and he has done so well. Yeah, so I think the coach can trust him with that.
All right, but let's not forget. Sorry to cut you short. Right. Our phone lines are on the screen. Please call us and give us your take on tonight's game and your predictions for tonight's game. Please continue, Moses.
Yeah, and for Olonloke Ojo, I think it will be a very great opportunity for him if he can start as well, because he has never played an international match. Yeah, he's a goalkeeper for Yimba. I think it's a big it's going to be a very big opportunity for him as well.
Well, for the defenders, we have Bright Oshayi Samuel, we have Chidozie Awazim, we have Ola Aeno, we have Kenneth Omero, we have Bruno Onyemachi, we have Shemi Ajayi, Calvin Bassi, and Jalu Collins. These are big name players now. I mean, we have Ola Aeno, that defense. We should be, confident in our defense.
Maybe for me, anyways, I'm not skeptical of the Nigerian defense. Like I said, the entire team has the responsibility of defending. Let me say frightens me a bit is the Nigerian midfield more than anything. Not as if we don't have good midfielders, but the blend isn't fully there yet. Exactly. The creativity, and we know we have players that can work hard, get possession of the ball, win the ball back. We have what's the name of this player, Frank Oyeka in
Frank Oyeka.
So we have so many good midfielders. We have so many good.
We have Alex Iwobi, we have Joe Aribo, we have Raphael Onyedeka. These are big name players.
Exactly. So it's just having the right blend of, and that's why I said the coach will need to earn his. We need to, this is where we'll have to see how good he is, because you can find a different system that can bring out the best of the players where you are deficient.
I mean, we cannot afford to lose to a Lesotho team in Nigeria. I don't think Nigerians can take that anyway. Well, in the forwards, we have Kelechi Iheanacho, Sadiq Omar, Moses Simon, Ademola Lukman, Nathan Teller, Victor Boniface, Taiwo Awoni, and Terem Murphy. Well, I'm expecting too many goals. Maybe 5-0. In favor? Was it that simple? I mean, we have Boniface who can stop scoring for his team, Bayer Leverkusen. So we should be expecting lots of goals.
Well, like you said, it's all about team performance. You understand? Because if Bayer Leverkusen as a team are not playing so well, there's no way Boniface can score that amount of goals. Right? So if the team is not as clinical enough as Bayer Leverkusen is, it's going to be very hard for Boniface to score goals. Exactly. So they just need to play as a team, and the coach too need to find a system that works for the player, to bring the best out of them. Like he said, you just have to find that rhythm. Do you get? Because it's not enough to have big names. But you need to make it work. They need to produce, not just on paper, but on the field. They need to put in that performance and prove to everybody that they're up to the task. So regardless, we are looking up to them they are the favorite anyways.
Of course they are the clear favorites. Undeniable. I mean, if they don't win tonight, it will come to me as a shock.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be very disappointing, to say the
very least. It's a very big shock, because I mean, come on, it's Lesotho. Not that we are trying to look down on them. First of all, we are playing at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, and you are playing in front of your people. That should be motivation enough when you take on Lesotho, regardless of the fact that they are called the Crocodiles. We are the Super Eagles, though. Anyways, let's leave. We have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Mr. Balagana.
All right, Mr. Balagana. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Mina, the Niger State capital.
All right, let's hear your take on tonight's game. All right, Your prediction for the Nigerian game?
Well, I'm expecting Nigeria to qualify. They have to qualify. That you take on the 3 points at stake today.
Yeah.
There must be no any excuse. Because only one person will qualify from the group. Group of 6, so they must win today's match 3 points. There should be no any experiment.
All right.
As Nigeria did not win today, although I didn't expect them to grow, then their whole goal may not be at stake to qualify again. Because we have South Africa who will give them the top opponent, also like Benin Republic.
Yes.
So they have to win this match and also win the Sunday match against Zimbabwe. These 2 matches. Then they take the 6 points there.
All right.
So that they will top our group before we meet South Africa.
Okay.
That's my contribution.
All right, thank you.
Victory and victory, and we have all what is stake.
All right, thank you, Mr. Balagana. He has said it all. It's either victory or nothing,
yes,
in my opinion. Yeah.
Yes, he made a very good point in the home games.
Yeah.
In these qualifying stages, the home games are so important. They are so important, and once you get the 3 points from your home game, the job is like almost done. And of course, like Nigeria, we are the favorites in the group. So when you win your home games, it gives you more confidence to go. And
I mean, a group that has Nigeria, South Africa, Benin Republic, Rwanda, and Lesotho. Yeah. Nigeria should come out of that group victorious.
Of course, we should be able to do that because there's no excuse at all.
There's no excuse.
Like you said, you know, we just have to. We lost. We couldn't qualify for the last World Cup, so we can't afford to miss out on this.
And going back to the last World Cup, we went to Ghana and we played out a goalless draw. Came back to Nigeria, we played out a 1-0 draw. It was so disappointing. It felt as though everybody was so angry watching that game, and the fact that we did not make it to the World Cup.
I think the most painful thing is that when you know the team is capable. I think that's what brings that disappointment. When you know the team is capable, you've seen these players produce for their teams in Europe, the most difficult of leagues. So why can't they do it against Ghana? Of course, it's difficult. You are not going to underrate any opponents, but you expect them to do it because you've been seeing them do it for so long. So we just have to bring that sense of understanding that you have to be professional and just win the game. It doesn't matter how well you play, or like you said, no experiments, just find a way to win the game.
I mean, I saw videos of Instagram videos NFF had posted of Iwobi and his fellow teammate. They seem to be doing well. They seem to be, the friendship is there, the partnership is there. So I hope they can emulate all of that when they play. They play as a team, yes. And I wish Nigeria all the very best. Although, come January in Cote d'Ivoire next year, Nigeria will be hoping to win another African Cup of Nations title. I mean, the last time we won it was in 2013. And hopefully we win it this time again. Maybe when we win it, we can now say, okay, we are ready to take on the world. I mean, we can just go there and take the world by storm. But let me talk about Victor Osimhen. Now, there's a podcast Michael Obi started, and in that podcast, his first interview was with Victor Osimhen, and he talked about the fact that Chelsea is doing so well right now, and the only missing piece in that Chelsea team has to be Victor Osimhen. And he told him he wants to see him play for Chelsea. I had to do that.
If Mikel Obi is a Man United legend, he would say the same thing. So
obviously,
so.
No, but comparing Chelsea to United, African players, of course, it has worked better with Chelsea than Manchester United.
2 seasons ago, Man United were not doing so well. Ronaldo wanted to go to Manchester City. Ferguson and the rest, they influenced him, even though they know Manchester United are not doing so well. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's Ronaldo.
As a Man United,
Osimhen.
Of course.
Africans don't do so well in United. They do better in Chelsea. Help me out, come on.
It's actually facts.
It seemed like
it's in fact, right?
Yeah, it seemed like, of course, we only have few Africans who have played for Manchester United. Man United, they are not a team who who fancy African players like that. But we've had black players who have played for Man United, like Dwight York, Andy Cole, and the rest, and they did so well. But Man United don't really sign African players. I think Igalo is the first Nigerian to play.
And how did that pan out?
He did very well.
He did well, of course.
I mean, he did well, but he did last.
He was signed on loan.
He
was signed on loan. He was not signed to come and take a major role in Manchester United. We only needed an option up front, and he came and he executed it.
Okay. Let's leave United, Chelsea out of this now. Yeah. Do you think Osimhen should still remain in Napoli?
No, I don't think so.
Now, if he's going to leave Napoli, don't you think Chelsea is the club for him?
Yes. I actually feel like Chelsea will be perfect for him because he's at the perfect age. He has enough experience to come into Chelsea and just have instant impact. The Chelsea striker, Nicholas Jackson, he's actually a good player, but he's just potential. You can see in some games that there are glimpses of his talents, but he's not Osimhen yet. Osimhen will just come in and he can push Chelsea to get the title or even in Europe.
Thank you.
So
that's it.
Osimhen is going to be perfect for Chelsea.
I mean, let me use Jim Blake, is it Peter Drury's word? He's the bully of defenders. When he tried to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Anyways, I think Osimhen bullies defenders a lot. He's big, he's very physical. For me, my opinion, I feel like if you can play in the Italian league is quite... Yes, I think the Italian league is quite physical.
Yeah, and not just physical, it's like very defense-oriented. Like most teams... When you look at their lineups, you see that most teams are playing with either 5 defenders or like very compact, very defensive minded. They believe like in winning by 1 goal. Like if they play that for Manchester and Chelsea play, I think they'll be crying, like they'll be very angry at each other. They pride themselves in winning like with very slim margins and very organized. So if Osimhen, who was the top goal scorer last season in the Italian league, if you can bring that same form to Chelsea, then he's going to even score more goals in the Premier League, where in Chelsea he's going to have even better players. Yeah, I mean, he's going to do so well for Chelsea.
Do you agree with him on that?
Yeah, I feel like he's going to do so well for Chelsea because Osimhen is known as this traditional striker. Yeah. He's not just a goal poacher. You know, he struggles for ball, he bullies the defender, he's very strong on the ball, even he wins so many area duels as well. Yes. So, and with the kind of player Chelsea have right now, I think it's just that missing a piece in the jigsaw. So if Chelsea can sign him, definitely, you know, he will be able to do it because he's that finished product striker. And we only have few strikers in Europe like Osimhen, you know, can really do the job.
And can I just say that the Napoli now, you know, their manager left at the back end of last season to the Italian national team, and now there are like rumors or like potentially their manager is going to get sacked, Rudy Garcia. So like there is also instability. So like you can see that it's also potentially, it's not just like in the air. It's also, it can be done, but of course it's going to cost Chelsea a lot of money, which they are not shy of spending anyways. But
I mean, we are the big money spenders.
And you know, there's also the issue of the owner. Is difficult. I think De Laurentiis, that's his name, the owner of Napoli. He has been known to be difficult, especially with African players. Last, I think 2 years back when Koulibaly was at Chelsea, he was talking about not allowing African players to go for the Nations Cup, which was just like very terrible. Wrong. Like, and you could see what happened to Victor Osimhen early on in the season with the racist post or something like that on TikTok. So those factors, I just believe it will happen sooner rather than later for Victor Osimhen.
It's just a matter of time.
Exactly, it's just a matter of time.
And I think Chelsea is the right place to go to. Well, Victor Osimhen, if you're hearing this,
Chelsea is one of the options.
Chelsea is the perfect.
Maybe a club like Real Madrid should come calling, then definitely.
Please don't go to Real Madrid. All the glitters are not gold. I mean, come on. Anyways, if I let you guys go, I want to hear your predictions for tonight's game. Let me start with you, Kesta.
I'll go with 3-0 Nigeria.
3-0?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moses?
Yeah, I'll go with 4-0.
4-0. Yeah. All right. I don't know, but I know Nigeria is going to win, and I expect Boniface to score more than 1 goal. Anyways, thank you so much, Kesta, for being on the show with me. Thank you, Moses. Thank you to our amazing viewers. Let's do this again. Same time, same station tomorrow. I remain Dearest Mba. Do have a wonderful day.